Today we're going to continue on with Unit 7, Module 2, with fraction of division problems on a clock, and continuing with the over and unders strategy that we learned earlier in the year with multiplication. Today is Tuesday, May 12th. All right, let's take a look at this question. How many half hours are there in 2 hours? So some of you will know the setup is 2 hours divided by the half hours. So visually, we know that if we take our clocks and we split them in half for our half hours, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 for a total of 4. All right, so starting slow, let's continue on. What is 1/2 hour divided into 2 equal amounts of time? So we're going to take 1/2 of an hour and we're going to divide it into 2 equal parts of time. So we know that 1/2 hour, and we're going to divide that into 2 equal parts of time. And we know, of course, that 2 equal parts of time would give us a fourth. And we're going to stick with fractions because that's, of course, what we're taking a look at with fractions of time. How many thirds of an hour are there in 4 hours? So my setup would be 4 divided by a third. So I had to draw 4 clocks. And we know that, of course, with our thirds, it looks like a peace sign. Oh. So we would have, of course, 1, 2, 3, for those of you that are visual, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And 12 would be our answer. So you'll do some more independent practice shortly in a Google Doc that I have shared with you. But now let's continue on to the second part of this with over and unders. All right, here's what I'd like you to do. Here's a problem that I have for you. I have 594 divided by 66. 594 divided by 66. I just want you to look at the ratio table, and I want you to think about why did I set up the ratio table the way that I did. So I have 66 to 1. That's my ratio. So taking my group, this is my end result. 660 to 10 and 594 and 9. Just think about why I set it up that way. The awkward moment of silence. All right. So the reason why I set it up that way is thinking about the over and under strategy that we took a look at the beginning of the year. So, of course, the first thing that I did is I increased it by using a base of 10. I think we automatically go with bases of 10 because sometimes they're just the easiest to work with. So we know that 66 times 10 gets us to 660. And then 1 times 10 gets us to 10. Now, the reason why I jumped down to 9 is if I think about an under, I know that, of course, 660 is over my goal. My goal is 594. But I knew that if I did 660 minus one group of 66, I would get to 594. So I went up to 660, but then I took a group away to get to 594, and then I found that my answer would be 9. So I actually went over and then jumped back down under for a group of 1. All right, let's take a look at this one. 726 divided by 66. So we're going to use the same ratio. So 66 to 1. I'm still going to jump up 10 with my bases of 10 to 660, 10 to 10. I can't do my backwards under minus 9 or one group because that's not what I need. That's going to go below my target. But now I'm going to go over. I need to go over this. So I know that I need to add another group of 66. Another group of 66 to get to my target of 726. So I know that if I add another group to get to 11, which would be my answer, I would get my goal. Now you'll do some independent practice with fractions on clocks, and then we'll do some practice, or you'll do some practice with over and unders using ratio tables.